Chidi sat quietly in the park, his hands gripping the edges of the bench. He had spent years feeling invisible, unwanted, first by his parents, then by society. But here, sitting beside Farida, he felt something new, hope. "Tell me about your past," she said gently, her warm brown eyes fixed on his. He hesitated. How could he explain the shame of being thrown away like garbage? How could he admit that his own parents had seen him as a failure and abandoned him? "I'd rather not talk about it," he muttered, his gaze dropping to the ground. Farida didn't press him. Instead, she reached for his hand, holding it between her soft palms. "No matter what happened, you're not alone anymore." Her words wrapped around him like a shield. For the first time in years, someone saw him, not as a burden, but as a person worth loving. Days turned into weeks, and their bond deepened. Farida was unlike anyone Chidi had ever met, confident, kind, and unafraid of the opinions of others. It was in her presence that Chidi finally allowed himself to dream again. One evening, under the golden glow of the city lights, he found himself saying the words that had been trapped in his heart. "I love you, Farida," she smiled, her eyes shining. "I love you too, Chidi," his heart pounded. "I want to marry you," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. She didn't hesitate. "Then let's do it." Chidi's stomach twisted. "But I have nothing. No job, no money, no home. How can I marry you?" Farida's smile never wavered. "Who said you need all that to marry me? I have enough for both of us. I'll sponsor the wedding." Chidi's breath caught in his throat. He wanted to argue, to insist that a man should provide for his wife. But Farida wasn't giving him a choice. "I love you, Chidi," she said, "and I'm not waiting for the world's approval to spend my life with you." Her words shook him to the core. But not everyone would be as accepting. Because back at home, Farida's family had already heard the news, and they were furious.